You know, I thought I knew you, but you have stooped to new lows beyond greed and beyond malice into pure sadism.
No, Alan.
No?
No, don't judge me before you hear me.
Oh, I've judged you, Alexandra, and I found you guilty, and I'm going to make sure that you receive your punishment.
Alan, I did this for you.
You did it because of Gus, my son.
He told you.
You didn't want me to have control of the company, did you? Because I might give Gus some control, which might conflict with yours. Well, tough, because I am on top again, and I am going to stay on top, Alexandra. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of ungrateful Phillip, and then I am going to spend the rest of my life making sure that you suffer for what you did to me.
And just exactly where does Gus fit into this rosy picture?
None of your damn business.
Oh, it certainly is my business, because Gus is the reason that I put you through this hell. Alan, but Gus is not family, not in the same sense of the word, my dear, because I was trying to protect us all.
Not family, Alexandra. He's my son. My son.
No. You aren't going to do this. You're not going to bring Gus into the fold, are you, dear? You're not going to bring him into the fold. Not over Phillip. Not over me. You could never do that, because he is not one of us, Alan. He is not, and never over me. Come on, Phillip. Phillip! Oh.
Nobody here but us chickens.
Olivia. Elizabeth. Oh, just when I thought you'd bedded every single available Spaulding. Where's Phillip?
Out for a run, according to his note.
Hi, Aunt Alex. You got Dad's message, right?
Message?
Yeah, his message. He left you a message on your machine saying that Lizzie was spending the night. She's very upset about her grandfather.
Well, aren't we all? When will Phillip be back?
I don't know.
Well, didn't he take his cell phone with him? I tried calling him, but...
I don't know. Why? Is it important?
Can't you just answer the question?
Not if you speak to me in that tone, I can't. Now, what's got you so upset?
I just have to warn Phillip.
Warn him? About what?
Not to go anywhere near the house today. All right. Well, the second you see Phillip, would you please tell him to call me?
No, you don't get to blast in here and blast out without giving me an explanation. Now, what's going on?
Well, isn't it a little bit late for you to be concerned, my dear? I mean, you, the person who started all this big fat mess? And how's the morning sickness, by the way?
It's gone.
Oh, pity.
What's going on? Did they find Alan? Is he all right? Is he...
No, Alan is alive, and he's well, and... He's resurfaced on his own. No one found him. And he came back with a great big chip on his shoulder, ready to wreak vengeance on all of us for everything we've done to him. Happy, satisfied, want to know more.
Grandpa's back? And he's mad at you? Why? What did you do to him? He's home? Grandpa's home?
Safe and sound.
Where was he all this time?
Well, that's the detail that's yet to be unfolded.
Well, at least he's home now and he's safe. And he's mad at you?
Oh, not really, dear.
Well, that's what you just said. I heard you.
Well, that's just a matter of speaking. I mean, he's mad, but he's more mad at the world, you know. He's still in a very disillusioned state right now from this ordeal.
And he wants to wreak vengeance on you? Oh, that's what you just said. On both of you?
Well, Lizzie, your grandfather's still a little shaky, you know. He's unfortunately a little paranoid, too, and he seems to have gotten in his head that I've perpetrated all kinds of wrongs against him.
What wrongs?
Well, I don't know exactly. He seems to misunderstand all the help I tried to give him over the past few weeks and think I was trying to harm him, but, you know, I'm sure it's nothing that can't be worked out.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry, but I don't. Oh, and Alex, I'm taking the car. I'll send it back for you.
Elizabeth, where are you going?
To see Grandpa. Tell him how happy I am that he's home safe and find out what's really going on.
can know the answer to that one myself, Alexandra. What exactly did you do to Alan to make you so afraid of him?
I didn't do anything to Alan. You heard what I said to Lizzie. The man's still delusional.
About what?
Oh, damned if I know.
What is it, Alexandra? Is it because you arranged to have Phillip step in for Alan when he was incapacitated? Does he think you went behind his back or something?
Well, yes, that's it.
Well, he's going to have to face reality because the court declared him incompetent. We had to take steps to protect the company.
Yes, well, there's a notion that Alan's not going to particularly take to.
Well, too bad. It's true. It isn't true?
No. Yes, of course, it's true. It's just that Alan's, the state of mind, he's so vindictive. He somehow thinks that I'm responsible for incapacitating him from the very first.
Well, that's absurd.
Well, yes, it's absurd.
Well, he thinks you did something to him physically to cause his meltdown. What?
He's claiming I drugged him.
You drugged him.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's wild. That's so wild it could actually be true.
Excuse me.
No, it makes sense. I mean, it would explain all of his strange behavior, right? You did it. You did it. You actually drugged your brother, and somehow he found out about it. Alan knows about it. But why are you walking around free? Unless there's more, unless you did something else, something much, much worse, and he's holding it over your head. Well, you did it. You did it, and Alan has proof, and he has proof of something else. Otherwise, you would be in jail right now.
All right, all right. When I saw Alan going downhill, so far, I took certain actions. But solely to help Phillip, to protect the company. I would never harm him with any drugs, no. None of this would have happened if you'd had the good sense to keep your damn clothes on instead of lusting after my nephew. After you'd married Alan, and then somehow you managed to get yourself knocked out.
All the terrible things that you did, Alexandra, were not my fault.
As a matter of fact, they are. You started things rolling that just
talk about
me
rationalizing?
Yes, you're the scourge of this family.
Oh,
if whatever
sweetheart,
exists,
that would be you ever
left
since
of
you got back to town.
And why did I have to come back to town,
I don't know, why did you have
Olivia?
to come back? We were doing just fine without you.
Oh, yes, you cavorting in a hot tub with my nephew and Alan feigning heart attacks over the place to keep you. Yes, everything was hunky-dory and
No, there were
land,
problems, but you made things 10 times worse with your meddling, which apparently escalated to criminal behavior. Do me a favor. When you need somebody to bail you out, don't call me. Now, there's the door. Use it.
If you see Phillip, would you
I will
please
tell
go?
him to stay as far away from you as possible, but I think he's catching on to that.
And whose doing is that?
You know the biggest irony in all this, Alexandra? Is that you claim to do all these hideous things in the name of family. Well, look around. Where is your family? You're all alone. And if there's any justice in this world, it'll stay that way.
I mean, did Alexandra actually admit to drugging Alan?
No, she didn't admit it, but... You said Alan had proof?
Oh, he says he has proof. Could be bluffing.
No, Alexandra wouldn't be this upset unless Alan had something on her.
Well, whatever it is, he's determined to make her pay for it. And me.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, tell him that. Doesn't make any difference. You know, and I'm so sick of trying to reason with him. He wants to see demons in every corner and reap revenge on everyone. Fine, I don't give a damn. And that goes for bringing his new son into the fold.
Wait a minute. You mean?
Yes, Gus. Alan found out somehow, and he's convinced that it's true.
Do you think it's true? Does Alan know this for a fact? Maybe he just wants to believe it.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's got to figure at some point if he's serious about trying to replace me with Gus. He knows I'm going to challenge him. I can't imagine he's going to go down that road if he can't deliver the goods.
Unless he's doing it to spite you or to drive you crazy.
Oh.
So what happens? Gus just steps in and takes your place?
Oh, hardly. And you know, you're assuming that he wants my place.
Oh, you don't think he does?
Gus Itoro? Does he strike you as a captain of industry? Has he ever shown the slightest interest in what my family does or how we do it?
Gus's attitude could be changed with a few $1 million dangled in front of him.
Well, you know what? I hope. I hope he does. I hope Alan brings him into our happy little family. I'd love to see it. I'd like to take some bets on how long he lasts. I hope Alan does try to play kingmaker with Gus. I want a front row seat so I can watch it blow up in his face.